Greetings, YouTube subscribers and people who have bumped into this video. My name's KPTK92. We're here for another co-op episode of fun, laughter, tears and struggles with my pal, it's Nellis Lukens.
Hello guys, thank you Kerry. Yeah, so the last few rounds haven't been particularly good for myself in particular. So I'm very much looking forward to this one because Canada is much more of a favourite track of mine. The cynics would say it's because I can cut every corner, and while that is true, I do not intend on doing that.
But that's your style, man.
So it's not my style, so I don't intend on doing it, so shut up. So yeah, so I'm very much hoping I can get a points haul of some sort in this race, and you never know, I might be able to do something in the teammate challenge in which I'm still being murdered. That's brought to you by Mark Neville.
I don't think murdered's even a word anymore. It's
I think it is.
decimated.
I don't think you can get worse than murdered, really.
Hashtag decimated.
No, don't do that. Don't use hashtags if you're not on Twitter.
I'll be keeping an eye on that hashtag, and decimated will. I'll be keeping an eye.
I'll be interested in your attempt at spelling it, actually. But anyway, so let's have a look at the grid, because Alonso's on pole, championship leader. So well done him. Hamilton's in second in championship, so that's where he starts in the race as well, obviously. Vettel, Rosberg, Massa, Webber not doing too good. The overpowered man out qualifying the Lotuses. That's good news for us.
Good man, Nico.
Di Resta, Sual, Ricciardo, Maldonado, Bottas, Vergner. Bianchi was P1 after Q1 again, but I think that was a wet, dry thing. I think he managed to get out while it was still dry, and then it started chucking it down. Well, so I think that might have been why he was P1. And Gutierrez, I'm going to say that's Pitch. You're that's not very nice, is it?
Charles Prick.
Just because he's French, that's really not very nice. Moneybags, Van der Gay, Nils Lolkins, and Girls Name 92. So there's the rest of your grid. To be fair, we definitely need to come up with similar names for the first 10, because we get down to Di Resta and then all hell breaks loose. But before then, we're all very civilised.
Okay, all right, we'll do it right now, real quick. Okay, so we've got Eyebrows, MC Feelings, Finger, Brittany. Let's go.
Yeah. Giving up. We've got overpowered man for Hulkenberg.
Why not send in suggestions? Post in the comments below.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I think Massa and Webber needs to be something about being number 2. I mean, Massa could be Fernando is faster than you.
Massa can be number 2-1, and Webber can be number 2-2.
Nah, that's rubbish. Cause then you
kill yourself.
Because then it makes me think you're talking about poos and people having shits. Because
well,
he's having a number 2, and so is he.
They're driving.
So yeah. Anyway, we'll leave that now because the serious business is about to start. But yeah, but post your suggestions for nicknames for the crazy cats at the top of the grid. Why not?
Try and cockpit view. No, not centre TCAM either. Offset TCAM.
Here we go then. The 5 lights are now up. They're out, so let's go.
It's gonna get messy, bruv.
That was interesting. That we've just been absolutely left for dead. Oh, I did so well not to kill someone then.
Tracks this way, go left and then right. Gutierrez has been done.
Oh, hello Gutierrez. Jesus Christ, where'd you come from? He's just done me there. That's okay, I'll do him and a few others at the inside of this corner. Oh no, oversteer. That ruined that.
I'm sandwiched. Just watching Neil just crash into people.
I didn't actually touch him, so shut up. There we go, that's a nice clean move.
Gutierrez very punchy at the moment. And I have no curves because I've been using it around the lap, and I've only come 19th. Alright.
Excellent. There's a bit of front wing, and it looks like it belongs to a Force India because he's going very slowly.
Warning caused a collision for Gutierrez brake testing.
Lol.
I almost aeroplaned over the top of him.
Oh my god, what's going on?
Oh, there's a car. Maldonado has been spun by Bottas. It's getting all GP2 down the back here.
Whoa, Vernon's just gone on the outside of two of us.
Yeah, there's Bottas is killing people for fun right now.
It's the rest that hasn't got a front wing.
Bottas doesn't have one either. I'm worried because I might be next on his hit list. We quickly use curves to get past them.
Be careful when overtaking, otherwise we might get a
Even the engineer knows. Be careful when overtaking. I know. Well, I've got a lot of catching up to do to get to the leaders here. I've seen the track map and it's not pretty. Oh, that was ambitious and it worked.
Right, meanwhile, I'm now into P10 after all that carnage. Raikkonen is the car in front. Don't know exactly what the gap is, but it seems pretty substantial, even already.
No more dramas. Let's get on it.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
More so because Neil is still ahead of me after lap 3. This hasn't happened all season so far.
Corner cut.
And I expect it to remain the same with corner cuts like that. Neil pushing hard, clearly.
It's 4 seconds between me and Raikkonen. Let's have a look at it. Let's keep an eye on that gap, guys, and see how that fluctuates. See if we have a chance of getting any more points.
I think we should be the fastest here at this track. There are some tracks where the AI are so unbelievably fast, like some of the ones we've just done, Catalonia, Monaco. I think Canada's one of the weaker ones, I think, for the AI. Although you wouldn't know it, because I'm still stuck behind Ricciardo this entire lap. We'll get him now, though.
Okay, you're in his dirty air. You've lost the
Blast off! Did we get DRS a second time as well?
taken 11.
Yeah, double DRS for the win.
Okay, so the gap is very slowly coming down to Raikkonen, not by too much, but coming down it is, so that's good news.
Grass. Yeah, it compromised me a little bit. I had to be a lot more careful on the brakes, therefore running wide and getting done.
I've also run a little bit wide there. It's not been the best lap so far.
Happen. I don't think I had a particularly interesting start to Canada last year either. Canada's kind of a circuit I like driving, but not one that I'm well excel at really. I think a lot of people enjoy driving the circuit, so
It's a bit aggressive over those curves.
in contrast to me where I barely touched them. That lap anyway. Wide, close to the wall.
I'm not getting it turned into that first apex there at all. Haven't done it for the entire race so far.
The race is still young now. Can you give me an update on Raikkonen at all? You actually made significant inroads.
Like, maintain the gap so far. But it looks like it's getting a bit spicy there, though. Oh, corner cut. It looks like they were getting a bit spicy, and there's a bit of a battle going on, so there might be a front wing flying around in a minute, which can only help us. That was quite aggressive over the curbs. Right, okay. Tyres are in good shape, and I'm supposed to pick this lap. So I don't think I'm going to do that.
Oh, it could be an F1 2012 pit strategy job, this one.
Yeah, the tyre wear is just not bad at all. There's no point in pitting this early, if you ask me. Although in saying that, I've had another dreadful lap. Which means you know who's going to only go and get bloody DRS on me. Oh my god, I just didn't slow down, and now it's not turning, and now it's stuck in the wall. Oh, for God's sake.
Right, there goes what could have been an interesting battle down the straight. But DRS. People pitting.
We think the car ahead is keeping fuel back for the end of the race. The pit crew are ready for you.
Oh, it's a Red Bull that's come out. It's Vettel. I think I'll roll with these guys a little bit, I think.
That was a nice little corner cut there. Well done, Neil. Hopefully we'll be able to, if we can, this will be a good barometer though of our pace.
Well, I'm purple in sector 1, so.
Because if we can't pull away from these guys, then we might as well pit. Is what I say. Rosberg dies for it at the inside, I ain't letting him have that. He will get DRS now though, and it's just going to fly past me. So I'm going to box, bugger it.
There are quite a few cars in the pits right now.
In contrast to me, who's just set the fastest lap of the race.
Oh, I didn't realise it was the white marked tyre. Oh my word. Right, well pitting was very much a mistake then. I thought it'd be the super soft and the soft, not the super soft and the medium.
The car behind is running on the prime tyre.
So I really should have carried on going.
I don't think I could have responded any better there, actually. I'm still going to monitor the lap time to see how long I can prolong this stint. I won't be fighting with these guys for the top results, unfortunately, again, but our day will come again.
You need to pit in this lap. We're faster than the guy ahead in sector
Nice to mix it
1.
with them, though. We've got the pace to match them, so it's just unfortunate we start at the back. Sod it, going in. I hate you, Massa. He caught me out and got me worried, so we'll just pit.
You were going to jump Raikkonen, I expect.
So, exit now.
It's a solid pit stop. Solid, not amazing. Right, where are we coming at?
Be careful not to drive over the white line when coming out of the pit, or you'll get a penalty.
Yeah, you're kind of coming out ahead of Raikkonen.
Challenging Webber for... Oh, I think I'm ahead of Webber. I am. I'm in P8.
Pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Yeah,
Okay, times are looking
done good there, done good. I'm happy with that.
Oh, he started breaking on the grass.
A few extra
Still
laps
can't
to
get
follow.
that bloody apex.
Break earlier than. Got stuck in the death curve there. Alright, fairly sure I won't be getting DRS off Hulkenberg here. Seeing as the detection point is like way back in like Monaco on this circuit. Here he comes.
Such a huge gap between this group of cars and Ricciardo. He's a dozen seconds. Oh, that's a huge corner gap. It's a dozen seconds he's behind me.
Alright, now we've got warmed up tyres. We've held off the Weber attack. Let's push on. Because I see a Lotus ahead in P6.
Keep this focus.
And I would like to steal back 4th in the championship if we can. Weber's still stuck behind me, but I'm right behind Hulkenberg. He shouldn't have DRS from Grosjean, should he? He doesn't. If we don't get him now, we'll get him on the next straight. I think we'll do it now. Avoid the wall. Done good, that's a good move. I'm quite happy with that. Kept it all neat and tidy. Within the confines of the racetrack. And now Grosjean is right here. P5's not far down the road either, so... How you getting on now?
Oh, I can't catch Raikkonen.
Wide.
Still haven't found that apex. Oh god. I found that one pretty much every lap, but not the one before that.
Sitting duck here, surely. Sitting frog. Merci beaucoup. Having a barnstormer, this one.
We might need to think about moving to fuel mix mode 2 in the next few laps.
3 seconds a lap faster than Ricciardo, but I just can't close up on Raikkonen.
What's your pace like? What lap time do you set?
Just at a 16 flat.
I've done a 15 flat on that lap, and that's kind of... Are you getting towards Raikkonen at all, or...?
I think I gained a few tenths on him that last lap, but it's only a few tenths.
How's your engine mode?
Optimal.
Wow.
It's just hilarious. I'm 3 seconds a lap faster than Ricciardo, but just can't make any inroads on Raikkonen. The gap shouldn't be that big at all. Don't know why I'm using curves there.
What's your KERS usage like though? Is there, well, I don't know, what is it like?
What do you mean? Is it where I'm using it?
Yeah.
So I'm using pretty much half on the back straight at the hairpin, and then a quarter on the start finish straight, and a quarter on the back straight after the corner that I can't make the apex off.
Okay. So you're kind of similar to me, except I use half the battery out of the corner you can't seem to make, and then half out of the hairpin. When I get past Rosberg, I'm keen to see how my lap times are relative to the front runners. Because the top four kind of seem to be on their own. I see they're starting to go through traffic now though, so let's see if we can pick up any kind of scraps. because that's kind of where we're at.
Go for the
Been on my own this entire race, pretty much.
We had a good little fight. Oh, hang on.
Hate you.
Didn't even do anything. I was just driving my race. Alright.
Gap's now gone up to 4.6 seconds after a pretty poor lap, to be fair. I was going to say middle sector, but really it's just been this entire lap, just been rubbish.
Love drifting through the chicane, that was all good. Right, 8.6 behind Vettel. I think my race may have come to a premature end. Got phenomenal pace though. I think I might actually have the fastest lap of the race as well still. From that option, just staying out that extra longer on options.
We need to pick up the pace. The car behind's closing in.
You see, it'll be interesting to see how close I get because their traffic's going to impede them a lot now. So, whereas I got an open road for a while.
Hey, Kerry.
What's up, Neil?
I made the apex. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you're not getting sacked after all. Yeah. Rosberg's decided to try and hang on there. Oh, that was risky business for the chicane. Pretty sure that's where all the advantage is, that last sector. Come on, Neil, get a point at least.
Can't catch him up. I just can't. I'm busting my balls. I'm making apexes, almost.
There's a group of slower cars just ahead of you.
Oh, lost two. Vettel lost 2 seconds in one sector there.
We're being caught by the guy behind. Push, push.
It will be an interesting climax, I think, to this race.
Fuel is looking okay, but we'll keep an eye on it.
I think Raikkonen's closed up on someone. Maybe if they get engaged in a battle, he might lose some time.
Vettel lost another second and a half in sector 3.
How I didn't lose any part of my front wing then is hilarious.
A little bit wide there, but tyres are still in good nick. Alright, I need the traffic to be kind to me here. I'm looking at the mini-map and it's just dots all the way down the straight, so I think the top 4 are getting spread out a little bit by the traffic. We've got 2.5 laps to make something happen here.
There's not much between you and the car behind, just 2 seconds.
Maldonado lets me by. Maldonado's having an awful season.
It's probably because he's not very good. Whoa.
Yet he still only has 8 points less than you. What's happened?
I did set myself up for that, to be fair.
Bianchi gets out of the way.
Webber is now in P10. What's going on?
I don't know, but Red Bull seem to be slacking. Vettel's lost another second and a half in sector 3 alone. Uh-oh, what's Mad Max gonna do now? Do that, that's what he's gonna do. Oh man. That is scary. No amount of money can make you good at F1. Max Chilton. Vettel's being impeded again, it looks like. No, actually he gained time. Well, I did get. Yeah, Vettel's just broken off from the top 3. He's been, been quite bad for the traffic. Vettel can't overtake.
Is this a caterer that's going really slowly in front of me, or is it someone else?
Here we go then, final lap.
Probably a caterer.
You're closing on Vettel. We're a whole
Vettel's got clean air, so it'll be a hard ask, I think, to...
No, it's a Williams. Maldonado. Going to put it up into Rich for the rest of the lap, just in case there's half a chance of maybe sneaking a point, because I have gained quite a bit on them. Why didn't it slow down?
I assume that's the end of the points, hope.
No, I didn't really lose any time, and traffic is still very much playing a factor.
None so for the battle for P4. I think it might be game over. As if there was a game anyway. Fought valiantly actually to pull 8 seconds back. Hamilton wins the Montreal Master. Could do nothing more. I think I'll take fastest lap as well, so I'm very grateful for that. P5.
No, I'm going to be about half a second short of points.
Congratulations, 5th place.
It says 8 tenths on there, but yeah, not good enough. There was a clear opportunity for double points there, and yeah, first opportunity and it's gone begging. Who would have thought it? Montreal, we get some points, and it's only 10 from one driver, but we persevere. Lewis Hamilton wins. I don't know what the hell that was. Lewis Hamilton wins. It's a double Ferrari podium. Felipe Massa returns to the rostrum. Sebastian Vettel away off there, and so nearly P5. I take 5th. I think that was I was quite pleased with my drive there. Rosberg, Grosjean, Hulkenberg, Raikkonen and Webber. Those are the guys I had to fight through. And Neil was trailing that group. So, and then a full half a minute down the road was Daniel Ricciardo. So,
now this is the thing that's bugging me. Now, okay, the chances are, because the Force India has problems, and so did one of the Saubers. I think the overpowered man finished 8th, yeah. So, okay, I mean, you might argue that the Force India is having problems and the other Sauber means that this gap's accentuated. But for there to be half a minute between me, or well, let's say Webber and Raikkonen, half a minute between them and the next car, that shouldn't be happening. There shouldn't be a 3 second a lap gap between those cars, if you ask me.
I don't know why you're complaining. It gets you closer to the points.
Well, what I'm saying is maybe the top 10 are ridiculously overpowered, and the rest aren't. I mean, you can legitimately say that the top 10 are balanced correctly, and the rest of the field are far too slow. You could say that, and that they should be made faster. But 3 seconds a lap difference isn't right. There's something wrong with that. But anyway, there we go. The Toro Rossos followed me half a minute behind, and then the Force India, and then it came all the lapped cars, and there were 2 DNFs, the rest in Gutierrez. So don't really know what happened there. But
I'll tell you what happened. Bottas needs to be sent down for murder.
Really?
He went mad. He took Maldonado out, and then he took the rest of it. There was no prisoners taken by Bottas today. And
Well, I mean, you need to make some shockwaves to get somewhere in F1. To be fair, so you know you're not going to do it finishing 20 seconds behind your teammate and not scoring points. So yeah, maybe if you take some people out, maybe you'll get stood up, and people will stand up and take notice. But anyway, let's do drivers. You're up to P5 because you were 6th, I think. Is that right? Yes, it is, because you definitely scored more than 6 points over Mark Webber, which is a gap between you now. So that's definitely true. So you're up to P5. Alonso is still leading the championship, but it's now 1 point to Hamilton. So again, I did say at some point during the season that Alonso last season he got off to an absolute barnstormer, and then it all fell away and he crumbled and finished like 4th or 5th. The signs are looking that might repeat itself unless he pulls his finger out. So Hamilton's only 1 point behind, and then there comes Vettel and Rosberg, then Kerry, Webber, Massa kind of hanging on, doing a much better job than he did last season. Then the 2 Lotus cars, then the overpowered man, and I'm still sat there on 9 points. And so is Gutierrez after his non-points finish. In fact, I don't think anyone below me did finish in the points. Yeah, everyone below me did finish outside the points. So there you go. Which means that John Eric Vernon and Bottas are still the only non-slow team drivers to not score points. And as we flick over to the constructors, Mercedes continue their stranglehold. And P1. Ferrari are second. I'm not doing very well with pronunciations recently, am I? Ferrari are second, and then Red Bull, and then a long way back is unfortunately Lotus with McLaren 5 points behind, and that is solely because they're only getting contributions from one driver and not the other. I'm sure the other driver is trying his darndest to contribute to the team effort, but it's just not quite coming off at the moment. For one reason or another. But,
I will say though that this was meant to be the start of the mid-season charge, particularly from yourself, and still couldn't even catch Lotus. What does that bode to the rest of the season?
Quite. I think it just means that I'm just not that good on this game, basically. I mean, the gap between us on 2012, there was a gap, but it wasn't very big. But there seems to be a very big gap between us on this game, and that gap just happens to be, the gap between you and the end of the points, because I'm just not getting in there. So I don't really know what I can do about that, guys, to be honest, because unless I just completely sweat practice and do a million laps before we do each race, which I don't really see the point in. I don't really think that's that's nothing that we haven't done that before. We haven't spent a long time practicing. We've done a couple of laps for R&D tests, or a couple of laps here and there, but we haven't properly sat down and tried to do practice. So I don't know, maybe we should take one of the comments seriously about me maybe qualifying and maybe trying to do Q1, or maybe we should think about me putting a setup on, or maybe that we should do none of those things and I should just struggle on. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully we won't need to answer those questions because my results will see an uptick, but it's not happening yet, and I would have hoped it would have by now. So there we go.
Well, what more can you say, really? Roll on the next round, which couldn't come at a better time. I think the British Grand Prix, the best race of the season by far, in my humble opinion. Fantastic Silverstone layout. We're expecting to put on some fireworks hopefully for you there. Hopefully you'll be around to watch and enjoy the rest of the series. But for now, I've been KPTK92. Thank you very much for watching.
And I've been Dennis Lukins, and we will see you next time at the basically the home of motorsport in Silverstone. Cheers, guys.